live, and he's lost all the drones in his expo, so Gorush definitely hurting from that attack from Nara. Brilliant play by Nara. He executed that very, very well. I guess he was right to rush ahead with the Marines, but Gorush missed that opportunity to take out, and looks like the second fire bat is going to get taken out as well without killing any drones, and those medics will finally be finished off. But Gorush still does not have much in the way of defenses. His economy definitely took a hit. Nara, meanwhile, has taken the opportunity of that pressuring that he did on Gorush's base to build an expansion of his own, so he's going to be equal, if not better, than Gorush in economy. So Gorush does have his fire out, but he doesn't have a lot of economy, so he's not going to be able to put a lot of mutalisks that he needs to produce in order to be able to pressure Nara. Nara now, without any medics, has clustered up his Marines just outside his ramp. Gorush does not have enough to actually pressure him. He only has 2 Sunkens. Again, Gorush did not have his Sunkens ready, did not have enough in defense when Nara's Marines came through for that first push. You can't really blame him though, because his economy wasn't that great after he invested into that push, and because of the fact that Nara held off that push without taking too much damage to his economy, you would have to say that Nara gained the advantage from that. And Nara's got another medic and Marine group out here, and you can expect that Nara will pressure Gorush there pretty quickly, though he might want to wait till he has a few turrets up, considering that Gorush does have that spire up and he will be producing mutalisks. The key question is, you've got to remember that Gorush only has that one extractor because he took so much pressure from Nara. And we're just switching to first person view mode here. You can see that Gorush once again trying to make a foray into Nara's base, trying to keep Nara back from crushing him further so that he can develop his economy a little bit more and get a few mutalisks up, maybe try and take down any turrets that Nara has. And he's going to be able to pick off a couple of SCVs there. Nara microing that SCV very, very well. He's bringing his Marines back, and actually brilliant play by Nara. He only lost a single SCV to Gorush's foray into his main. Gorush sacrificing those 6 Zerglings for only 1 SCV. I don't know if that was a healthy trade-off. He still does not have any mutalisks. He only has 1 gas. He should have his second gas up by now. And Nara putting up those turrets is going to have defense, and Gorush does not have a lot of mutalisks. So definitely looks like the momentum is in Nara's favor. His economy is equal, if not superior, to that of Gorush, and Gorush's rush not having paid off in the long run. Gorush now putting up more Sunkens. He realized that Nara does not have tanks. He only has medic Marines. He does have a single mutalisk. Scan goes off from Nara, so Nara knows exactly the defense that Gorush has. Those 3 Sunkens should be enough to hold against Nara's push. And Gorush trying to use his mutalisks to force Nara back, to force Nara from not attacking his sunken line, because he knows that he is suffering a little bit in terms of his economy. Nara does seem to have almost 2 full groups of medics and Marines there, and it's going to be difficult to see, and it looks like Nara is actually going to try and actually go in with this group and hurt Gorush some more, because he has those barracks up, and he isn't worried about his main, he isn't worried about retaliation, so he can take the risk of attacking here with those medics and Marines. He could always try and just run up that ramp straight away, because Gorush has got nothing blocking his ramp, so Nara might be able to run up that ramp. Gorush now finally seems to have his economy up, but he does not have a lot of troops. He has a few mutalisks, and he's continuing to try and harass Nara's army, continuing to try and force Nara back, to try and stop Nara from going after that sunken line. Nara now has got his factory building, and he should have a siege tank up from that relatively quickly once he's got it complete. He's definitely doing well on economy. He only though has a single gas, and Gorush very cleverly trying to flank those Marines, taking those Zerglings around and outside past those medics and Marines, and he's going to force Nara to come back to defend his base, and that's exactly what Gorush needs to do. He needs to buy himself more time. Gorush needs time to continue to build his economy and to set up a decent army. Nara does not have many troops here. He is building a bunker. He is trying to stop those Marines up the ramp. He does have a couple of turrets. Gorush rushes in, very non-committal. He didn't really commit to that attack there, and Nara feels that he has enough in that defense, and Gorush using those Zerglings to try and take out that turret so that his mutalisks have more maneuverability in Nara's base. Gorush only managed to take off one of the turrets before his Zerglings got picked off by those Marines, and the rest of his mutalisks getting taken out. So Gorush is trying his best to micro, trying his best to be inventive, but Nara definitely in control of the game. Nara still has that large medic and Marine force, and Gorush does not have much to combat, and I feel that Nara is going to reinforce that now that he's staved off Gorush's counter at his base. Gorush still only with 3 Sunkens. I'm not sure if he has enough. He should be able to hold this push from Nara. Nara might want to wait till the siege tank pops out and protect it with his medic and Marine group as he goes forward, but Nara pressing on, trying to keep the pressure on Gorush. Gorush is going to have a hard time defending against this next attack of Nara's, because he only has 3 Sunkens. He only has a handful of mutalisks. He needs to do something here to try and force Nara back. He tries to wiggle those Zerglings around Nara's force again, but gets them slaughtered, and Nara now moves in. He's going to try and take out those Sunkens. He has a lot of medics and Marines. 2 of the Sunkens go down immediately. He is going to break this defense. Nara has nothing now. He only has a handful of mutalisks, and they're not going to be very effective against this large medic and Marine force. Nara trying to Gorush trying to micro those mutalisks against Nara's medic and Marines, trying to pick them off one by one. Not doing a great job of it though, and he's also losing some overlords there. Economy, certainly he's going to lose most of his economy at his expo. The only good thing for Gorush is that Nara does not have reinforcements pouring forth, and it looks like he's going to lose the spar as well to that medic and Marine force of Nara's, and Nara doing significant damage to Gorush here. A single Sunken more might have helped him hold, or if he hadn't sacrificed those Zerglings trying to sneak them past, but he did lose them out, and looks like Gorush will finally be able to stop this attack from Nara. but it's going to be a short-lived relief because Nara's got his reinforcements coming. He doesn't have a lot of troops though to defend that tank, so Gorush with good Mutalisk Micro might be able to pick that tank off and buy himself more time. He doesn't have any Sunkans though, and this is going to be very, very hard for Gorush to defend. He's trying to micro those Mutalisks. He lost another one. He loses 2 more Mutalisks, so those Mutalisks were quite injured from that previous battle, and therefore did not have the staying power against that Medic and Marine group. Gorush again with the Zerglings trying to battle desperately in this fight. His economy is taking a significant hit. Nara's economy is now flourishing at his base. Gorush defending very, very well. Gorush did the right thing. He's managed to defend that attack, so he's bought himself some significant time. Nara made a mistake in bringing that tank out and not having enough medics and marines to support it when he attacked Gorush. He was a little bit hasty. He should either have waited for that tank to come out with his first medic and marine group, or he should have pushed waited for more medical marines to produce when he did go with his tank. Gorush now once again trying to harass Nara's main. Nara does have turrets very well strategically positioned to cover his base, but that supply depot there is a little bit vulnerable. Gorush trying to harass Nara's SCVs, trying to do some damage here. So far he hasn't picked up a single SCV. Very, very poor Mutalisk Micro from Gorush. That was absolutely pathetic Mutalisk Micro from Gorush. He took off a single SCV. He hasn't even killed a single SCV and he's lost 2 Mutalisks to that. So that was pathetic by Gorush. He has done nothing there, and I just feel that this game is now Nara's. Gorush is nowhere near getting technical defilers. His economy is in tatters. His sunken line has already been taken down. Nara's economy is flourishing. Gorush has built another expansion down at the 5 o'clock base, but that's going to be scouted by Nara, and Nara's going to be able to kill that very easily before Gorush can actually build any defenses there. Nara now moving out with a medic and marine force, and he's also got a science vessel. He does not have a tank though, but he doesn't need to because Gorush does not have a sunken line. At best he has 1 or 2 sunkens. His economy is struggling. Gorush now trying to put up more sunkens. He's put up a hybrid then, so he's trying to put out some lurkers to try and slow down those medic and marines, but I do feel that Nara is going to come out with the win in this matchup because Nara definitely has a good lead, and the SK Team 1 player is looking a little bit despondent there. Gorush now has got is building his 3rd sunken. I don't think it's going to be enough to hold this attack. He doesn't have lurkers. The medics and marine come in. Gorush's force is not doing much. Irradiate goes off on the Mutalisk, and those 2 sunkens go down as if they were just strands of paper, and the rest of Gorush's army gets wiped out. His drones at his expansion get killed. His spire gets taken down. His sunken that was building also gets killed. Gorush size, he's lost this. It doesn't matter if he's going to block off that ramp with those high-risk morphing into lurkers. It's too little too late, my friend. You have lost this game. And Nara has beaten Gorush quite comprehensively. He has put Gorush to the sword. He had the necessary skills. He survived the rush, and therefore he won the game. That advantage that he had from surviving the rush translated into the final victory, I feel. Gorush trying his best, but not enough on the day. And unfortunately, I have to say this to the Gorush fans. I have to say it, guys. Gorush has been tested, and he has not stood up to the test. So his fame to greatness will have to bear some examining. This is Klazart. Thanks for listening.